Hi you guys, thank you for joining me today. My name is Mandi Suggs, author and motivational hacker. In today's video, I've collaborated with fellow author and YouTuber Mandi Lynn. In today's video, we will bring you the things we regret from our debut novel, so make sure you stick around. So before I get started, I want to remind you to subscribe to this channel and make sure you hit that little bell if you want to get notified of when I upload videos, which is every Monday and Thursday. So let's get right into the video, you guys. This is my debut novel, More Than Words Can Say. And before I get into this, I want to tell you the little backstory on this novel. So I met my husband, well, I didn't meet my husband. The very first time I saw my husband, I was around 13 or 14 years old. I had gone to a party and I was sitting like this, talking to my friends, and all of a sudden I hear somebody singing, and he was singing behind me at a stage because that's what he is, he's a singer. But anyway, he was singing, and I asked my friends if he was really singing or if that was, if he was doing lip singing, and they said he was really singing. And I was so impressed by him. I was like, oh my God, he's really good. That was the end of it, moved on. Let's fast forward 2 years later. I went to a local concert that my local radio station was putting on, and lo and behold, on stage is this guy singing. I was like, whoa, I'm so proud of him. He went from like singing at a quinceañera to singing on stage for this huge concert that our local station was putting on. That's it. Then a couple of years later, I saw him again at a concert in Miami that another radio station was putting on. Well, I saw him coming, and I told my friends, oh my God, that's his name, Ace. That was his stage name. There's Ace, he's coming, let's take a picture with him. And when I went to, back then it was like one of those cameras that you like, I don't even know how to say it, but you have to like roll it to get to the next film, and it got stuck. And I told him, okay, well, don't let him leave. I'm gonna go fix my camera real quick. I wanted to go to get another film where I had left my purse. When I come back, of course, he did not wait around for somebody he didn't even know. The picture had been taken, and here's the picture of my friends with Ace and his dancers at the time, and me not in it. Well, that was that. And then let's fast forward again to, I think maybe it was 6 months later. I was sitting in one of my first period class, which was my art class, and I was doing nothing because I hated the class. I was bored out of my mind because I hated school. And this girl comes into this class, and she's like the most popular girl in school. And sure, we were friendly, but we weren't friends. So she asked to come in and talk to me. She asked the teacher if I could step out and talk to her, which I did. And she was like, hey, I know that you like singing. Do you want to be in a group with me? And I was like, yeah, sure. Even though I was like kind of nervous because I still have major stage fright. But I was like, hell yeah, I'll do it. Why not? To me, it was still kind of like in the fantasy stage. Oh yeah, I'm going to be in a singing group. And she asked me if I knew somebody that wanted to be in a singing group too, because she wanted it to be a 3-group girl. So then I said, yes, I did know somebody, because I did. And then she goes, okay, well, let's meet. And then a week later we met. And when I showed up at her house to meet the producer that she was working with, it ended up being Ace. So we've been married now for 26 years later, but the point is that it was a chance. We had like 3 chance meetings, and we didn't meet until it was time. So now to the book. This book is partially that. It picks up right from when the girl comes in and asks the main character if she wants to be in her singing group. And this book is that, with fantasy elements and paranormal elements. And I'm really proud of this book because I wrote it, like I said, almost 10 years ago. And I didn't know what I was doing, you guys. I remember reading, I was in the middle of reading Twilight, which I love and loved then, love now, and will ever love. I don't care what anybody thinks about it now. I don't like that, by the way. Everything's great. Everybody loves it. And then as time goes by, everybody's like, oh, I hate it. Twilight. I love Twilight, will always love it. That's it. Anyway, I was reading Twilight, and I thought, I think I can write a book. I think I can do it. And so I did, and I wrote this book without any experience. And though I have been Since then, I went to college and I graduated with my degree in English with a specialty in creative writing. I've learned a lot. Therefore, there is a lot that I would change here, specifically with the 3 things I'm going to mention right now. The very first thing I would change is I would do editing. I didn't do any kind of editing except for myself. So I would definitely do the rounds of edits. You know, I would do the critique partner, I would do the beta readers, and I would definitely do the professional editing. The next thing I would change is I didn't know anything about world building. And given that this is like a time travel, a fantasy world kind of book, I definitely needed to learn how to build worlds, and I didn't do that as well as I could do it now, right? So I would definitely change or improve on the world building, I should say. And then the next thing I would do, I was definitely improve on the character development, because I didn't know anything about character development either. I just didn't know anything about writing book. I just wanted to write one, and I did. So I love it, and there's a lot of people who do love it, and they've cried over it. They say it's really good, especially if you know the story and the chance meetings that my husband and I had and how I picked up on that. Obviously, this is all, you know, it was inspired by true events, but this is not, you know, it's very fantasy-like, the things that happen in here. So, but yeah, those are the things that I would change. And if you're in a place like me where you wrote something and, you know, it's not your best work, I would say don't worry about it. Just be proud of what you did. I did it. I decided I wanted to write a book, and I did it from start to finish. And for me, that was huge, because for a large portion of my life, I had started and not finished a million things. So for me to finally say I wanted to do something and I did it, it was huge, and I'm proud of it. So that's it, you guys. That's really all I have to say. So I hope I've inspired you in some way to just keep going if you're in the middle of writing a book, or if you've already written a book and you're kind of like, oh, it's not my best. It's okay. And no one's perfect, and no book, no matter how great, it's not perfect. So you guys, I want to remind you again to make sure you head on over to Mandi Lynn's channel, because she's going to share with you her regrets from her debut novel. I want to remind you that I do mentor writers on writing and publishing with a side of motivation. And I am here again every Monday and every Thursday, so remember to subscribe. Leave me a comment below with anything that if you've gone through anything similar to me, if you have regrets from your debut novel, and then we can share on that topic, and I can inspire you, you can motivate me, and we can all say it's okay. If you're interested in purchasing any of my books, particularly this one, since this is the one we're talking about, I will leave the link below in the description box, and I will also leave the link below for the services that I offer, because it's all on my website. Well, that's it, you guys. Until next time, stay safe.